What is up, guys? I'm Andres.
This is RB3.
I'm Sabrina.
And this is the Meaning of Podcast, the podcast where we talk about your favorite film directors and the deeper meaning within their films. And every year we do our Oscar predictions, and we are doing it once again. This time with you, Sabrina.
I
You
know,
weren't
I'm
here
excited.
last year.
I can't wait for this.
We're gonna give you guys our picks for our predictions for our Oscar nominations. We're gonna say who we think should win the Oscar and who we think will win the Oscar, which is two very different things, as you guys know. I pride myself personally in being pretty good at this, so I'm very curious what you guys are going to choose, especially for the smaller categories as far as what you think will win. Because should win, I think everyone has an opinion, but will win is always tough because the Academy is, as you guys all know, kind of crazy. So they really always pick weird ones sometimes. But either way, guys, we're going to start off with some of the major ones. And we wanted to do this because we want to kind of get it out of the way. And also because I feel like it's kind of all locks at this point. I don't know if you guys are going to push back on me. But let's just do it. Let's start with Best Actor.
Yeah.
The nominees are Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Adam Driver for Marriage Story, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, and Jonathan Pryce for The Two Popes. And I'm going to start with our superstar.
Me, I'm the superstar.
Star of the show.
I'm literally wiping my eyes. Yeah, what's up?
Star of SCN Live.
Get the fuck out of here.
Showdown.
Hey, we're monetized.
Get the freak
Can't
out
swear.
of here. Yeah.
Too late.
Too late.
Who do you think should win and who do you think will win, RB3?
This one's pretty easy. I think Joaquin Phoenix is going to walk away with it pretty easy. That's the will win. Should win, I put Adam Driver in Marriage Story.
Sabrina?
I agree. Will win Joaquin. Should win Adam Driver.
I'm on the same page.
Yeah.
Should win Adam Driver, will win Joaquin Phoenix. Even though I feel like this is one of the ones where I think for most of these I'm going to be like, all right, he deserves it for sure. Joaquin, by far.
Yeah, which I'm surprised because you hate that movie.
I don't hate it. I just don't like it as much. But I think the performance is the best part of the movie. He's incredible.
100%.
I can't deny that. Best Actress, Cynthia Erivo, Harriet, Scarlett Johansson, Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan, Little Women, Charlize Theron, Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger for Judy. Should win, will win. I'll start off this time. I think should win, based on what I've seen, Scarlett Johansson, Marriage Story. Will win Renee Zellweger, Judy. Sabrina?
I say should win Saoirse Ronan and will win Renee Zellweger.
Okay. Well, I'm saying should win, will win Renee Zellweger, Judy.
There you go.
she's a
You are a
powerhouse in
Judy
that.
champion.
Yeah,
But that's because we've seen the movie. If I see the movie, I might agree with you.
I'm telling you, she's better than Joaquin Phoenix. She's better
Really?
than Joaquin
She's
Phoenix. She
wow.
is, yes.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's why she's winning the Oscar, man.
And Judy is an all-time iconic actress, Judy Garland. So, yeah, I respect that as well.
Best Supporting Actor. The nominees are Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins, The Two Popes, Al Pacino, The Irishman, Joe Pesci, The Irishman, and Brad Pitt, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm going to go to you, Sabrina. Who do you think should win and who do you think will win?
The should win is hard for me because I want to say Tom Hanks, but I also agree with Brad Pitt. I'm in between on those two, but obviously we all know Brad Pitt will win.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a will win.
RB3?
Yeah, will win, definitely Brad Pitt. Should win. It got to be Joe Pesci for me for The Irishman. I mean, both Pesci and Pacino did like really, really good stuff. But yeah, I'm also not mad at Brad Pitt winning for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Exactly.
I am too, and I'm 100% with you. Brad Pitt, I told you, this is the Oscar who's going to win it. I'm imagining it's for Ad Astra because I think he's incredible in Ad Astra.
Yeah. Far more dramatic performance.
Oh, he's so good. But should win, I actually agree with you. Joe Pesci, man. That guy is the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Brad Pitt, so that's the will win. Supporting Actress, the nominees are Kathy Bates, Rachel Jewell, Laura Dern, Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit, Florence Pugh for Little Women, Margot Robbie for Bombshell. I'll go back to me, and it's going to be... you good, man?
It's my water in my eyes.
It's obviously going to be Laura Dern, and I actually think she should win. So
I agree.
That's my should win, will win.
Yeah, I agree. Should win again. I have a toss up. I really do. If it like purely personal, I kind of think Florence Pugh Not gonna lie, I love Little Women. Love her performance in Little Women. I think you would love it, but will win is Laura Dern.
Yeah, I think the more traditional definition of supporting actress is Florence Pugh in Little Women because she's actually like supporting through the entire movie. Laura Dern's only really in there for a few scenes, and she does that thing where she stills every scene that she's in. So that's definitely the will win. I'll probably go the same thing. Should win probably Florence Pugh in Little Women.
There you go.
Yeah.
So all of these categories we have so far are locks. It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Now
most people are able to predict those.
Yeah, now let's spice it up a little bit. I think this is a tough one. Let's go to animated feature.
Okay.
Animated feature right now, the nominees are How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, I Lost My Body, Klaus, Missing Link, and Toy Story 4. This is a tough one. Mainly because I haven't seen a lot of these.
Yeah. I haven't seen any of these, honestly.
Not one?
Not a single one of these.
So I think I'm not going to do a should win just because I don't have a strong opinion on any of these. I don't know. What are you guys leaning right now?
I'm gonna say I saw Toy Story 4. I did really love it. I mean, like it's Toy Story. It's incredible. I am gonna watch I Lost My Body. Because the rest of them, I haven't seen anyone besides Toy Story 4.
Right.
So that's what I think, in my opinion, from seeing this, will win. Should win, I guess, Toy Story 4.
What do you think, man?
I think the one that's actually going to be Klaus. I think Klaus has been picking up a lot of buzz lately, and Netflix is putting a lot of money behind pushing for it.
It just won the best, what is it?
Annie Awards, which is
Awards.
from the animation branch.
That's why I'm leaning towards Klaus as well, but I really feel like I Lost My Body. A lot of people are kind of catering towards that movie as well. So if there's going to be an upset, it's that one. But
salute to How to Train Your Dragon 3, though, because the first two are amazing. I didn't get around to watching the last one.
Same, yeah.
I wanted to give a quick shout out to Animated Short just because I feel like we can all agree on the winner for this one.
Yeah.
Hair Love.
Hair Love.
Give it
well
some
deserved.
love.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this one because I know a lot of people out there haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's available on YouTube if people haven't gotten out there and watching. It's really a special movie directed by Matthew A. Cherry. It's probably going to be the only African Americans going to receive an award this year too. And it's really great. It's a really great movie about appreciation for hair and being proud of like your identity and like all of these great like amazing themes. And again, I highly implore if anybody at home hasn't seen this, like you should open up the next tab, go on YouTube, type in Hair Love. It's right there, and it's a really great film. I think even Dorian did some coverage for Geeks of Color, like back in,
that's
when
really
it first
cool.
came out. Yeah.
All the other nominees I haven't seen, so I can't. Really
I
say much.
haven't seen the other nominees either
for animated short.
I think Hair Love is the front runner.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's move on to one of my favorite categories, RB3, and a category that we actually came to blows with. And that's visual effects. One of my favorite categories. The nominees are Avengers Endgame, The Irishman, 1917, The Lion King, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. That's for me. Literally just for me. Should win, will win.
Yeah,
this is a tough one.
This
is a really tough one.
Because they're all
really tough.
All three of these movies are doing all of these movies in general are doing very different things with visual effects.
Yes.
I'd probably say Endgame has the most CGI. I say 1917 probably
over Lion King.
The
whole movie is CGI.
Yeah. But I mean, more I guess is based off of like real things. Like we know, Lion King is based on familiar things, so it's a little different. I mean. That's probably the front runner to win. I think, honestly, probably Lion King will win. What should win is a different story.
I was going to say, because do you feel like, what about The Irishman and what about 1917?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're all doing different things. 1917, the point is to hide the effects. The point in Irishman is to hide the effects.
What do you that's what I'm saying. Yeah. The past winners are usually subtle visual effects, right? I don't know. What are you leaning towards, Sabrina?
I'm leaning towards 1917.
Really? 1917
I am.
Win?
Yeah, I don't know, something about it. I feel like in terms of like visual effects, it kind of like, it's so subtle that it adds so much to the movie and it doesn't take you out of it at all. Lion King, I'm taken out of it, certain parts. Almost every single one, I'm thinking about the visual effects, especially something like The Irishman because we know about the de-aging. It didn't bother me, it didn't take me out of the movie, but I'm aware of it. 1917, I don't feel any of that, so that's why I think should win. I don't know what will win though. I think that's kind of like a toss-up.
It's so tough.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm being real with you guys, I'm between 1917 and Lion King. I think should win for me. I might go I might go 1917.
Will win or should win?
Should win.
Oh, okay.
Will win. I think The Lion King just because it won the visual effects award.
Yeah.
For their own, they have their own awards and they gave it to Lion King. So I feel like.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I don't think 1917 has a chance.
No?
I don't think it has
Really?
a chance in hell.
Really?
Out of these, like I think probably the lowest one is Rise of Skywalker, and then probably 1917. I think even Avengers Endgame, I even have a step up. With
Really?
that.
Interesting.
Because I think that
Well, I'm picking Lion King. Let's make that clear.
you're
You're
picking
picking
Lion King.
1917. You still haven't made a pick. What do you think?
for will win or should win.
Will win.
I think will win is probably The Lion King.
Okay.
But I also really applaud The Irishman for what they did.
Okay.
And I could see that. I could actually see that having a chance of winning too.
I do
mainly
too.
because it's like the most
Because
invisible.
I actually think because people are aware of it, they might be like, "Oh yeah, they did de-age them. That was kind of cool."
and it actually
it's Martin
it looked
Scorsese.
good.
so-
Yeah.
It did look good, and it did obviously add so much to the film. We needed that de-aging,
If I'm being- if
I
I'm
agree.
being real-
I
They
agree.
didn't even do the dots on the face for that.
Exactly. I saw the featurette. Yeah.
If I'm being real, that's what I'm saying. The featurette.
Yeah.
A lot of people have seen that, so
Yeah.
it might be The Irishman. I'm going Lion King.
Yeah.
If I'm being real, it should be Alita Battle Angel. Should
That
win.
should be the winner. That should be the winner
and
for sure.
Ad Astra should be at least nominated.
Yeah.
That
Great visual
effects. I
effects was
agree.
incredible.
Yeah, amazing.
But those are two of my snubs in there. Film editing, a category that I love,
Yeah.
absolutely adore, and a category that you're very near and dear to.
Yeah.
RB3.
As an editor, yes.
Yeah, you
absolutely.
like this category quite a bit, and you have a lot to say about it.
Yeah.
The nominees are Ford vs. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, and Parasite. Let's start with you, man. You're the editor. Let's get it out of the way.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Should win, will win.
Should win is easy. It should be Parasite. I think
Will
Parasite is
win?
easily the best edited movie out of these bunch. Will win. This is where it's tough because here's the difference between like the Academy. Like when they select the nominees, they pick it through the branches of individual people. But then when it goes out to the rest of the voters,
Everyone can
everybody
vote.
votes.
That's
right?
correct.
So it kind of usually goes to the most successful film and film editing because nobody really understands editing. That's why Bohemian Rhapsody won last year. That's why a lot of the more popular ones won.
But they also won their editing awards. Did they
for
not?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
I don't know if it did or not. I don't remember.
I think it might have.
And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think
Yeah, it did. Off the top of my head, I know it did.
It did when
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why. Before you even say yours,
Yeah.
should win Parasite, will win Parasite.
You think
that's
so?
that's my choice right there.
I could see Parasite winning because it is the best editing out of these films. I also very clearly see a reality where Joker wins this award too. Even though, because look, I bring the Bohemian Rhapsody comparison because they literally picked the worst nominee out of
true.
that and gave it the award. They could pick the worst nominee out of this and give it the award too. I could easily see that.
That's
Yeah.
true. This is always a weird one. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sabrina, what do you
I
think?
have should win, will win, Parasite. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
And you?
I want Parasite to win. I want
Yeah.
Parasite to win for sure.
Yeah.
But
No,
what's
definitely.
your
I
will
understand
win?
where you're coming
What's
from.
your
Will win?
pick?
Joker.
Because
I'm going on the legend.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
Crazy.
should win is definitely Parasite, but I know the Academy is always going to
Yeah.
do some dumb shit.
Yeah.
and that's the most popular out of these. So,
Definitely.
what's yours? You said should win. Will
I
win,
said should
Parasite?
win Parasite.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Respect.
Cinematography. Best cinematography. This one's easy. The Irishman, Joker, The Lighthouse, 1917, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. These are the nominees, but the winner is going to be Roger Deakins for 1917. Should win, will win 1917. That's my choice. Sabrina?
I say will win 1917, should win The Lighthouse.
Ooh, again, I haven't seen The Lighthouse. I haven't
Yeah.
seen The Lighthouse. That's a good pick.
Even though 1917 is great, and I know it's going to win.
Yeah. This one will win 1917. That's easy. Should win. I'm not gonna lie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the cinematography in that movie is amazing. Have you watched that movie? The cinematography.
I've seen the movie.
The cinematography
Over 1970. It's
they're-
really
yes,
cool.
100% over.
Over
Are you kidding me?
1917?
100% over 1917. Are you kidding me?
No.
The scene when they're at the Playboy Mansion and Sharon Tate's dancing around, and you see all the colorful lights, and then you see that amazing backlit shot of who's supposed to be Steve McQueen. And he's smoking a cigar, and it's just illuminating around. There's so many beautiful cinematography moments in that.
I'm
movie.
not saying
Just
it's not. I'm
the-
just saying it's...
all of the driving scenes. Amazing.
All
The scene
right.
when they're on Spawn Ranch, amazing. That's the should win for me. Easy. And I think that's why it got nominated for Best Director, because people are like, oh, this movie looks so good. But I think when you really look at it, I think the cinematography is really the biggest part of that. Yeah.
Moving on to original screenplay. The nominees are Knives Out, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. And full disclosure, this is our last one before the break. After this, we're going to cut to break and do adapted screenplay. So let's do it. What's your choice, RB3? Should win, will win.
Should win. I think Parasite is easily a should win. I think Screenplay is obviously amazing. They're not going to give it to that, though, and I think they're probably going to give it to Marriage Story. So I think Marriage Story is going to be the will win.
Oh, that's out of nowhere. Marriage Story hasn't won anything. So that's a shock.
Yeah.
Sabrina, what do you think?
I did should win, will win Marriage Story.
Really?
Yeah, even though I do love Parasite.
It's a screenplay movie.
my
It's
God.
definitely a screenplay
Yeah.
movie.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
If I'm being real,
Yeah.
should win Knives Out.
Yeah.
That one's great, too.
Real.
I have that
That one's
screenplay.
really
I have
great.
that screenplay at my house.
That screenplay is just top notch. I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
Will win. I think it's gonna be Parasite.
Yeah. I want Parasite.
think Parasite's gonna win.
I would love Parasite to win. I want Parasite to win.
I think people are gonna look at right now. In my opinion, it's between Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Parasite because Quentin Tarantino has won the Golden Globe. He's won
Tarantino,
another
for
award.
sure, yeah.
I think he won the BAFTA. But the WGA went to Bong, and also the Critics' Choice went to Bong. So there's 2-2. So right now it's between Tarantino and Bong. I think it's going to be Bong because again, the definition of an original screenplay, that is Parasite. Like that's an original story, and it's so well done.
I think you're giving the Academy way too much credit.
Yeah.
They're definitely not going to give a foreign film Best Original Screenplay.
But here's my thing. How much of it you're underestimating the WGAs and how many people are in the Writers Guild. There's a ton of people. My brother's in the Writers Guild that actually are in the Academy.
Well, have you seen what Academy members are like coming out saying they haven't seen Parasite? Like there's like
17
Yeah.
anonymous Academy
and they
voters.
just are like, we haven't seen Parasite because we don't want to do subtitles. So that's the only reason why a category that's this stacked with this many
Yeah.
films, that's the only reason
Maybe.
why I don't think it has a chance.
Yeah.
And I
don't
think if
it
you're
has a
going to
chance.
give Baumbach like any type of award, this would be it.
I'm very happy if Baumbach.
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic.
That's why
my
I
favorite
think-
movie of the year.
Yeah.
So, but this is my choice, and I would say Parasite is going to take it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it should win. For sure.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
can
great-
see.
it's
I
great
can also see a
screenplay.
reality where they give it to Tarantino just for giving
I just feel like
that something. Yeah, but I don't think
don't
it's the
want
best.
it.
I don't think it's the best out of that.
Alrighty, guys. Those are our first half nominees. After this, we're going to be talking about adapted screenplay, and then the rest of the nominees, which are actually some of my favorites, because it's all the smaller categories that no one cares about, and I absolutely go crazy for.
Yeah.
So be sure to stick around after the break.
This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. With the 4/5 divide you in half. You getting at me equals a bloodbath. You do the math, take you out the equation.
The following is a clip from Ace and RB3's review of Bad Boys for Life. Enjoy.
But now we got to get into the first spoiler that you got to say. What is it?
I mean, we talked about DJ Khaled cameos. The other dude.
Cameos were amazing.
Yeah. But I gotta show love to Bad Boys 3 for including the GOAT. Michael Bay is back. He was in this movie. Back. You walked to the
I did.
bathroom when Michael Bay came on. But there was a. I'm not gonna lie, my heart kind of grinned a little bit when I saw Michael Bay pop up just for that one.
Was he
scene
in the club?
showing love. No, it was during the wedding when.
Okay, when they got married.
Yeah. Also, great on them for bringing back Reggie. That was
the one that killed me.
Yeah.
I died, bro. I didn't even hear what he said because I was laughing so hard. They brought back Reggie,
Yeah,
man.
they brought back Reggie.
Oh,
They had a lot of
funny.
They had a lot of
That's
great
funny.
callbacks. They had a lot of great callbacks.
Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
What is up, guys? We're back talking about our Oscar predictions for this Sunday. Let's get right into it. A really tough one, in my opinion. Adapted screenplay, a category that a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about. The nominees are The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and The Two Popes. This is a really tough one. Off the top, I'm shocked Joker's even in there. I got to say that again. I'm sorry. But besides that, I really do feel like this race is between two. It's between Jojo Rabbit and Little Women.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi versus Greta Gerwig. This is ridiculous. Two people that I love. But at the same time, if you asked me 2 weeks ago who was going to win, I would have said, oh my God, this is easy. Easy. It's going to be Little Women by a mile.
Yep.
Now I'm like, oh crap, I don't know, because Jojo Rabbit keeps winning awards. It's won like 2 in a row, I believe.
Yeah.
It won the WGA and it won the BAFTA, and I'm just like, crap. Like, I thought it was going to be Little Women. What are you thinking right now, Sabrina?
Gosh, because I'm very vocal about the fact that I absolutely love both of these films. I think they are great adapted screenplays. For should win, I would probably pick Little Women, because what Greta did with that screenplay is something so special. And I know I said the exact same thing about Jojo Rabbit. Basically, I do think it's a toss-up between them. I think Little Women should win. So,
Who do you think will win?
I think they might do. I think they might do Little Women. I do.
Okay.
Even though Taika has, I mean, they're neck and neck right now.
Yes.
I think they're going to give it to Little Women purely because of what the film is about, what the film represents, what Greta Gerwig represents. I feel like this is the nomination to at least give her, because she wasn't given her dues for director.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm with that. They're going to be like, sorry, here's your Oscar.
Here's this
for
one.
this.
Yeah.
That's what they did with Jordan Peele for that Oscar. So I'm also leaning that way. I'm picking Greta Gerwig. Little Women will win.
Yeah. I would love to see the Oscars do that. Unfortunately, I have 0% faith in the Academy.
Okay, so who do you think
whatsoever.
it's going to go to?
I think Jojo Rabbit is going to win.
Okay.
Is going to win that one, because I think they just love Taika.
If Jojo Rabbit wins, believe me, I will be so happy.
Yeah.
So
Either way.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I would be happy to see Taika win, and I'll also be happy to see Greta Gerwig get an Oscar, because she was nominated for both director and screenplay for Lady Bird, so she didn't even get the director nomination this year. It's crazy. I mean, should win. I mean, listen, I'm always going to be the one who's going to defend the Irishman, but I love the Irishman. I can imagine the 1,000-page screenplay that
yeah,
went.
for real. I was going to say that's a good
that
one too. I would actually argue that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Alrighty, moving on.
The Little Women. Also, by the way, I hadn't seen any other adaptation of Little Women like before this one, so I don't know. You're familiar with the Little Women stories and everything. Is this like a good adaptation of the original book, or is it more of like the movies?
Oh, definitely the original book.
Okay.
Definitely the book. I don't really think it takes anything from the movies. I think it purely takes from the book, and then mixing in with like Greta Gerwig, the way she reinvigorated it and kind of made it like a little bit with like a modern voice. The way she kind of dissected a few things. Like I actually just went to, it's actually funny that I didn't mention this, but I went to a panel last week with Greta, Taika, the screenwriter for 1917, the screenwriter for The New Popes, Ryan Johnson, Noah Baumbach. I went with it was insane. So I got to hear them speak about it, and hearing her talk about it, how passionate she was about this film. It's taken from the book, and she kind of adapted it with her own voice, and it is really interesting. She's added kind of like things from her own life. She added this one line that she said to her friend, and she was like, you know what, I'm going to put this in. She said it's super personal to her, so that's why. Yeah, so she definitely takes from the book rather than using any of the films as inspiration.
Interesting. That's great.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Moving on to a category that I am I love this category. It's production design.
Yeah.
The nominees are The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. This is a category that I actually have a list pulled up called Snubs. I capitalized all caps, exclamation point.
Snubs!
Two that I want to give love to that didn't get nominated for production design.
Yeah.
Ad Astra is one that I feel should have been nominated.
Beautiful stuff there.
Knives Out.
Yeah.
The production design in that movie. I know it's modern and people prefer period pieces when it comes to production design, but it's one of the most beautiful production design I've seen in a movie all year.
Yeah.
But besides that, should win, will win. I think this was actually kind of an easy one for me.
Yeah.
I know for a lot of people it's between two in my opinion, but for me, easily, should win, will win 1917?
Yeah,
By a
easy.
mile.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah?
Yeah, should win will 1917.
So I actually have a snub too, which is Little Women. I know I talk about Little Women a lot, but
yeah.
For
that
production
one,
design?
yeah, for
Really
production design,
interesting.
yeah. And so I have should win. I'm between Jojo Rabbit and Parasite, kind of. Parasite one really, really.
it's
I
great.
really
It's
Parasite's
astounding.
catching steam.
Yeah. So
It really is.
I'm kind of rooting for Parasite here, but I know I think 1917 is going to win, and it also is very deservingly so.
Oh my God!
Very
When you find out
deservingly
that when the whole they mapped out that running scene,
Absolutely insane.
and they built the whole thing, and he had to practice that like 100
yeah.
million
and
times.
the lighting and everything just
And
to
the
make sure it was
lighting had
perfect.
to be at
oh
the
my
right-
God.
right when it passed this edge of the wall, and it's just oh my God! I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, that's the Oscar right there.
Definitely.
Costume design, another category that I love. The nominees are The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Again, I'm pulling up my sheet of snubs.
Snubs.
Midsommar is
yeah.
beautiful costume. Dolomite Is My Name,
Yep.
not nominated for Oscar. Rocket Man,
Yeah.
Aladdin. I know people didn't like Aladdin, but my God, at least the costumes in that were actually really colorful and really interesting and still faithful to Middle Eastern culture and Arabia. Like, it's really cool stuff, and they ignored it. And Ad Astra, because I love Ad Astra.
Yeah.
But those are some of my snubs.
Ad Asher is literally just.
I put it in all of them.
outfits.
I definitely
Actually,
agree
come on.
about Rocket Man for sure. That is
Oh,
that is a
come on.
snub.
Yeah.
Come
Come
on.
on.
Yeah.
But these are our nominees for costume design. What do you guys think? Should win, will win? RB3.
I think should win and will win is Little Women. I think in this one.
Yeah, I mean, Jojo Rabbit's catching steam too, but should win, will win, Little Women.
It's a costume drama.
It
Yeah.
is. It should win.
Yeah.
Should win, will win, Little Women. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, literally,
Yeah.
there's something I read that each of the characters wear different colors.
well,
to-
I when I interviewed Eliza Scanlon, we
Oh, you
talked.
told- yeah, you told-
that's
you're the one that's- yeah.
it was me. You didn't read that. It was me.
That's
That was
amazing.
good. That was good. That was my
it's
bad.
like
That was
I
my
read it in
bad.
some variety article.
I'm like, nah, it was my Geeks the Color article.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, with the costume design, it was so meticulous. Each sister had a palette that was kind of like pertained to like her characterization in Little Women, and then the mom even had just like a weaved version of like all of theirs, which I think is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So stunning.
I went to a Q&A when I saw Phantom Thread. I went to a Phantom Thread screening with the costume designer and from Phantom Thread, I believe like 2-3 years ago. And
Great
he
film.
just sat down for like an hour and a half talking about the costumes. And it just really made me, and the whole movie is literally about that too, Phantom
Yeah.
Thread. And it just made me appreciate costume design even more. So
Yeah.
shout out
This
to
one,
the
yeah.
people put in hard work in that department. They kill it. Speaking of people that kill it, makeup and hair. It's the next category.
Yeah.
The nominees are Bombshell, Joker, Judy, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, and 1917. I'm pulling up my sheet because this is the last category that I have written down.
Snubs.
I also put Rocket Man in here, Judy, Us.
Well, Judy is in there.
Oh, Judy is in there.
Yeah.
Us.
Us
I
is
thought
good.
it was really good makeup in there. I also put Rocket Man. I put Aladdin in there because I think it's really cool. And It Chapter 2.
I love that. I love that. I
Right?
didn't even think about that,
I'm
but
gonna-
like, come on.
Wait. No.
Come
Stop.
on. No.
You're not going to tell me Joker doesn't deserve to be nominated.
Oh
It
my
Chapter 2.
God.
Is it Joker?
Over It Chapter 2?
For makeup?
Yeah.
They're both the
It's a
clowns.
guy.
They're
It's a
both
guy.
clowns.
It's a guy putting on a face of makeup like this.
He's literally just painting it. What goes into Pennywise
Come on.
is like
Come
so.
on. Yo, you tripping, bro?
Nah, I think y'all tripping.
Because that's the thing is with this entire list,
I think
I
that's
don't
it.
love for makeup and hair. I don't love one person on this list to win this award. I'm
Okay.
going to be honest.
So who do you guys should win, will win?
Out of the ones I've seen, I say should win Judy.
Really?
Yeah, because I think,
Interesting.
obviously it
Will
goes
win?
to a lot. Will win is probably going to be Bombshell, maybe.
I think it's Bombshell.
Yeah, just because they...
It's the same guy. It's the Japanese mastermind who's apparently like a master guru, like who just literally makes the most realistic makeup anywhere, everywhere on the planet. People like beg him. Apparently, Charlize Theron herself had to like beg him to do the makeup for her.
I never seen Bombshell, so I don't know.
To make her look like Megyn Kelly.
Yeah.
It's actually really.
It's really good.
If he wins, I was gonna be like, yeah, he deserves to win.
Yeah.
I think should win, will win Bombshell.
Yeah.
In my opinion, his name is Kevin Shuzahari.
Kevin Sujihari, okay.
Something like that. It's a Japanese name, but he's a master. He did the Gary Oldman makeup, so.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yeah.
I think Bombshell will win. I agree about like they did a really great job for Megyn Kelly. I think Nicole Kidman's was really dramatic. So that's the only thing that took me out of the movie a little bit. I guess should win Bombshell. I'm just happy it's not going to be like Joker.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love anything on this list as much as I do enjoy Rocket Man. And when you said It Chapter 2, I agree with that.
Chapter 2,
yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
So good. Let's move on to original song. Category that is usually really cool, but most people don't care this year. I'm just being real about this category. I don't know. The nominees are I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away, Toy Story 4. I'm Gonna Love Me Again, Rocket Man. I'm Standing With You, Breakthrough. Into the Unknown, Frozen 2. And Stand Up with Harriet. I'll start. I think I'm not going to do a should win just because I don't know these songs, if I'm being real.
Oh, wow.
I think what's going to win is Rocket Man.
Yeah.
I'm going to Love Me Again.
That's easy. Yeah, I think Rocket Man, it was a great way to like close out that movie.
And people love Elton John.
Yeah, people love Elton.
Literally,
they want to have
literally,
Elton John
they just want to give him an
Oscars.
Oscar.
Yeah,
and he's going to go up there and get it. So
He's
it's going to be
definitely
Elton
gonna
John.
And I like, if anything, if the movie's going to get represented anyway, I'm glad to see Elton John himself win an Oscar.
Exactly.
For the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
I agree. Should win, will win. Rocket Man.
There you go.
But salute to Frozen 2, though.
There you go.
Yeah.
Moving on to documentary feature, a category that I was talking to you guys beforehand that I really love. I think all these documentaries are spectacular. The nominees are American Factory, The Cave, The Edge of Democracy, For Sama, and Honeyland. This is actually tough, and I'm going to talk to you guys about it just because I know you guys aren't in the documentary bubble. For Sama is picking up a lot of steam.
Yeah.
A lot of steam. And so is The Cave. But For Sama is really picking up steam right now as far as conversation goes. I'm still going to give it to American Factory, a movie that I actually almost put in my top 10. I told you guys when I did my top 10 of the year. Just the amount of story that is in that documentary, and that's something to be said because a lot of documentary people don't necessarily cater towards the story. It's more about a statement, but the amount of story that's being said in American Factory without actually having a narrative script is beautiful. So I think should win, will win American Factory.
Yeah, really the only one I'm like familiar with in terms of like watching is American Factory. Though I have heard a lot of great things about For Sama, and it looks really good. I think they just started. They must have just done like a home video release or something because I'm seeing ads for it like everywhere. But I think a big part of the American Factory thing is the Obama factor that's going into it too. The fact they executive produced it, I think they're just gonna show love to it just off of that. And I think also a big part of it is the fact that it's Netflix, and Netflix has won a lot of these documentary
awards. Well, to be fair, Edge of Democracy is also Netflix too.
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
Beautiful movie.
But you know, the conversation hasn't been so predicated on Edge of Democracy as it has been for American Factory. I think if anything, you know, the Academy loves to give their big middle fingers to Trump somehow. And I think there's definitely one of those movies that does that. So,
agreed.
Will win, should win.
I mean, it doesn't, but yeah, in a way it does. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Winning kind of makes it so.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say will win, should win that one.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of these, so I actually don't have an opinion at all.
Okay.
But I'm excited to check them out in the future and see what happens on Sunday.
There you go.
I'm only familiar with one album.
Yeah. I agree with you guys, though, especially with Obama backing American Factory. I mean,
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
you guys should see it, man. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I love to see it. I love to watch it.
There you go. Original score. The nominees are Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Another one for me.
Yeah. That's a legacy award, too. You gotta.
It is. That's why you never know.
Yeah, they're always going to nominate John Williams.
Should win, will win. Sabrina.
I think will win is Joker, just because that's been winning everything. Should win, in my opinion, Marriage Story, Randy Newman. It is stunning and adds so much to the film. I wish I'm like crossing my fingers that we get a upset in what we think is gonna win and it ends up being him.
Really?
I'm really hoping. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm
Yeah.
really hoping.
Yeah.
I'm actually the will win is gonna be Joker.
Yeah.
Which if it wins, I'm not gonna be mad because the score is it's the
is.
second best part of the movie besides Joaquin Phoenix. It's great. It's really well done. I love the score in Marriage Story. I adore the score. We talked about this in 1917.
Yeah.
I adore that. I would almost say should win 1917. Will win Joker. But then there's that little part of me that is like, yo, I cried. There's two movies that I cried the most in. The Farewell and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
I thought you were gonna say Marriage Story.
Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my
And it's that
God.
damn John Williams score. It's still so
Yeah.
good. And the original songs he puts in that, especially the last song that people didn't really catch, but I caught. I was like, I've never heard this before. It's gorgeous. And I turned to my brother and I said, listen to this song. It's beautiful. And that's John Williams. And that's an original song that he wrote for Episode 9. So,
Nice.
but should win in my opinion. The 1917 score I listen to on a daily basis. So it's like, I love it.
Yeah.
But Joker's gonna win.
Yeah, I say will win Joker. I put should win Joker, but I do love 1917 as well.
Oh, dude, come on, that score.
Yeah, that score in 1917 is crazy. I will say I probably listen to the Joker soundtrack overall more, but the one song in the 1917 soundtrack, we talked about it, The Night Window, I always, that's even like on my regular like playlist.
So good.
It's beautiful.
Foreign film or best international film.
Yeah.
The categories are, nominees are, Corpus Christi, Honeyland, Les Miserables, Pain and Glory, and Parasite. This is easy. It's going to be Parasite.
Yeah, Parasite.
Parasite.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pain and
Hands
Glory.
down.
Yeah, Pain and Glory has
Antonio Banderas.
a good look.
Shout out
obviously-
to Honeyland, a documentary getting nominated.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's
that's
cool.
cool seeing the documentary both in the international film and that. And I also love seeing Les Miserables, but it's
Really?
all, it's a very like topical film.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but the trailer looks really cool.
Yeah, I saw the trailer too.
Yeah.
But then again, part of me is like, that looks cool.
But
I want to
Portrait
see
of a
that.
Lady
But
on Fire.
Portrait of a Lady on Fire, I saw,
Exactly.
and it's actually really good. So that makes me, I don't know. I still want to see it though. I
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
want to, because that trailer looks fire. I saw the trailer too, and I was like, yo.
Yeah.
So those are our picks. Obviously, Parasite's going to win.
Yeah.
And should win.
And should win.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
One of my favorite categories, RB3.
Uh-oh.
Sound mixing and sound editing.
Okay. Let's get
Let's
to
move
it.
on to that.
Yeah.
And I have it pulled up right here. Let's start with sound editing. The nominees are Ford versus Ferrari, Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, another one for me. Sound mixing, it's Ad Astra,
Hey.
They heard me, RB.
They heard you.
All my
The
complaints.
one nomination this movie got.
The one.
Yeah.
And it's not going to win. Ford versus Ferrari, Joker, 1917, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Those are sound mixing. Usually, it goes back to back.
Yeah, they usually both win.
Yeah.
Both win,
So
those.
Hacksaw Ridge went back to back.
Yeah.
Last year, what was the winner?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Went back to back. I feel like I'm leaning towards a back to back.
There are some
Me
years.
too.
There are some years
Me
where
too.
there's literally the exact same nominees. Like there's some years there's literally
Yeah.
the exact same nominees.
Okay, so here's my thing. I'm leaning towards back to back. Should win back to back, in my opinion. 1917. Will win back to back. Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh wow, that's a good one. Yeah, I think the will win is going to be 1917. For should win, now again, like I'm not 100% like, you explained it to me a little bit before, but I still, I'm still a little murky on like what exactly is what. Now to me, when we're talking about sound mixing, yeah, I think about like music and all that shit. So I'm actually going to put Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as like the sound mixing winner, because I think that movie does sound really well. Like all the elements of music that they put on top of it, and like all of the over-the-top sound effects that Tarantino likes to throw into the movies. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood actually does a really good job of that. And I think for sound editing, I like Ford versus Ferrari, so I want to see that win something too. But I do think it's going to be 1917.
I agree.
Really? Wow.
I agree. 1917, 1917.
Wow, so I'm the only one who picks Ford versus Ferrari. Interesting.
Yeah. I like Ford versus
I haven't
Ferrari
seen
a lot.
it,
Yeah.
so I don't know
I
about
saw
this category.
the I don't know why, because I'm a nerd, so this is what I do. But I saw the behind the scenes featurette that's on YouTube about the sound mixers and the sound editors and how they did all that, and it was like a 30-minute video, and I was like, all right, you guys are flexing on me,
Right.
and they were like, all right, y'all won, and that's kind of what convinced me after seeing that. So that's my biased opinion. Now let's move on to a category that we don't know about: documentary short subject. I'm just gonna read the nominees just to give them credit because I feel like that they
Yeah, we gotta
deserve
give them a
credit.
shout out, gotta give them
Our
a shout
picks
out.
aren't gonna be anything special because we don't know.
Yeah, I don't know any of these.
In the absence, learning to skateboard in a war zone, life overtakes me, St. Louis Superman, and Walk Run Cha Cha. Again, I don't know any of these movies. I haven't seen them.
Yeah, I like the title "Learning to Skateboard in the War Zone" though.
Boom.
I like that. I like
That's
that
our
title.
winner.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, I wonder what that's about because I literally haven't like gone through these lists. Like it's so sad.
Yeah.
I do want to check these out, but that title got me.
Yeah,
that got me
yeah,
wanting
yeah,
to
yeah.
see.
We did it. We picked
Yeah.
a winner.
And you know what?
Yeah.
You know
Watch
what's-
it win.
And you know what's sad? The Academy will probably literally do the exact same thing. Like, oh, I like the
Learn
title
to
of this.
skateboard in a war zone. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the most accurate thing you've said.
Yeah, I'm telling
Watch
you.
it win, bro.
Yeah, this was
They're gonna
good.
win because like, yo, that's a cool
That-
title.
Yeah.
I'll see that eventually. And finally, we've reached the peak. This is the one that people have debated, and it's finally here. Best Picture. The nominees are Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. Should win, will win. I guess I'll start.
Sure.
This is tough.
It is.
It's really
It is.
tough.
Yeah.
I don't know because my 1 and 2 movies of the year. I mean, you guys know I did my top 10 list for anyone who's listening. My 1 and 2 movies of the year were Marriage Story, 1917.
Yeah.
So it's one of those two I think should win. I'll say should win 1917. Will win 1917. I'm doing it.
Wow. That's big, man.
Yeah.
That's big.
Alrighty.
I am in the exact same boat. This is really, really tough for me. I think will win 1917. I think should win Little Women.
Really?
I
Over
do
Marriage
believe.
Story.
It's really, and that's the thing. Marriage Story is still my number one. I do believe that Little Women is a film that should be Best Picture.
Wow.
I
Interesting.
really, really believe that.
Yeah.
Wow. And it fits all the best picture qualities.
Yeah.
Period piece, story, over time kind of thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nah, I agree.
What about you? Should win, will win?
I think will win is 1917. I think it's just the safest choice, easiest choice.
Yeah.
And plus they do like the ranked choice voting, so like
Yes.
even if somebody
Preferential-
ballot. So if somebody might put another movie on top of 1917, I think is going to have the most like 2 and 3 spots. I think out of any movie. Yes, I probably say will win 1917. Though I would say don't put it past them to give it to something weird like Joker. Don't put it past them. Don't put it past them. Don't
Are
put
you
it
not
past
going
them.
to
I can't do
say?
that.
Don't put it past them.
Wait.
But I will
Win 1917.
Yeah.
Should win RB3.
Should win is definitely Parasite. It's easy.
You don't think it's going to happen?
No. It's
Really?
just a foreign film. It's
You know
impossible.
the amount of how many trades are picking it,
I
right?
know, I know. And
Okay.
I know. A lot of trades picked
Okay.
Roma last year too.
That's true, and a lot of
every
and I
trade
picked
Roma.
Get Out,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
Get Out's gonna win. I'm telling you guys, and it didn't win.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm telling you, if it's not like, also 1917 is a war movie. Like,
Yes.
literally the beginning of the Oscars, the very first Academy Award went to a war movie.
Yes.
And there's been
And
a
to be
continued
honest with you
pattern.
guys, I've been talking with my family. If 1917 wins, I will be a happy man. I'm
Yeah, I'll
very
be
happy.
very happy. Yeah,
Yeah.
very
This
happy.
is not going to be a Green Book situation.
No,
or
no.
an
Unless
average
like
situation.
Joker or
If
Once Upon a
Joker
Time
wins,
wins for me,
That's-
that's a
yeah.
Green Book situation for
That's a
me.
Green Book
Yes.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
And so
Wait.
if these, and also I've been hearing that Jojo Rabbit is kind of like
Picking up steam?
picking up steam, like
I-
kind of like
I-
a little like dark horse.
Yes, but I feel like 1 and 2 right now. It's Parasite,
Yeah.
1917. Parasite, 1917.
If Parasite got it, I would be very, very happy.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's gonna happen because I keep hearing all of these like ignorant people coming out saying that they're not watching it because
Yeah.
of
But then
the
again, the
subtitles.
biggest voting group in the Academy is the Screen Actors Guild, and the Screen Actors Guild winner for Best Ensemble was Parasite.
Is it the
I'm telling
actors or
you.
is it the producers?
I think it's the actors.
I think a lot of studio executives and all that shit is
More
like,
than the actors?
maybe, I don't know.
I
we'd
think
have
the
to look
biggest
that up.
I think the biggest voting category is the actors.
Another
I
thing,
think
though,
so.
to think about is if it wins foreign picture, would they want to give it
That's what
another
I'm
one?
saying. They did
Like-
the exact same thing with Roma.
That-
But that's
what
the
I'm-
thing. Roma was all the hype. It was gonna do that.
Exactly. So that's the only reason why I think like that, and I think Parasite's not going to get it because of that reason. I would love it to win both foreign and Best Picture because I think it deserves it, but I just don't think they're going to end up doing that.
I just feel
unfortunately.
like every year when you think the Oscars are going to do something like they're going to
don't.
finally get it right, they never
don't.
do. They never do. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm always like, I used to be like going with my heart like I did with Get Out. I'm like, I'm telling you guys, get out. And it's like, nope.
No, that
didn't
never-
happen.
that was never happened.
Oh, are you kidding me? It won
I
the-
would love it to happen. I just don't have faith in the Academy. This isn't me saying it shouldn't. This is me saying it's just not going
To
to
be
happen.
fair to me, Get Out won original screenplay. And it won the
Deservingly so.
night before for the Independent Spirit Award for Best Picture.
Right.
So that's why I thought it could win the Oscar,
Yeah.
but I was wrong.
I also think 1917. I mean, shit. Most of the Academy voters were born in 1917. So they're gonna want to vote for it off of nostalgia. You know, like it's just easy.
They're gonna be like, "Yo, that's the year I was born."
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wait.
I didn't even see this, but whatever.
Yeah, that sounds like a good year.
I just feel like 1917. You're right. I think it's probably gonna win, and I'm actually cool with it. I love that movie. I think it's incredible. So those are our
we
choices,
didn't pick.
guys.
We didn't do best director.
Oh, we didn't do Best Director.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Best Director.
It's a director's podcast, by the way.
I know. No, this is why it's This is why we leave it
Yeah.
for last, RB3. I left it for last for a reason.
That's why.
That's
Yeah,
why.
we didn't forget about it.
Hell,
Got
man,
it.
what you talking about, bro? Best Director. The nominees are Martin Scorsese, Todd Phillips, Sam Mendes, Quentin Tarantino, and Bong Joon-ho. I almost choked on my own tongue saying Todd Phillips. Should win, will win. I'll start again. I'm going to say Bong Joon-ho should win. Bong Joon-ho will win.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. If anybody else, I think it's going to be Mendes
Yeah.
that wins. I do think Bong has this one, though, and I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be another case of like the Roma situation where they give Roma best foreign film, best director, best
Yes.
cinematography. They handed literally everything else except best picture.
Yes.
I think there's going to be another one of those situations. Where
Wow,
they're
we
gonna
all
hand Parasite
agree.
all of the awards.
Wow.
But I think I wouldn't hate seeing Sam Mendes win.
Me neither.
either.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing,
It's a beautiful film.
Only thing I think that goes against Sam Mendes is that he already won and Bong Joon-ho hasn't even been nominated. So I think that's
I think that's going to be a huge part of
They're
it.
gonna
Yeah,
put that
yeah.
in
I
there
didn't
too,
even think
so.
about that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Absolutely. And I still think, and I know I might be the only one on a hill thinking this, but I still think the Academy watches that movie and goes, damn, Deakins, before they say Mendes' name. Even though he's getting all the love and he won the
Yeah.
DGA and all that, and I get it. But I still think it's going to be Bong Joon-ho. And
Yeah.
I think it's deservedly so.
Definitely.
All right, now we could say that is our Oscar predictions for First Cut. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, guys, for putting up with me, for doing this podcast with me. If you enjoyed that, let us know what is your big surprise choice in the comments down below, or you can tweet at us and let us know. I'm at Squad Leader Ace.
I'm at Director RB3.
At Sabrina X Monica.
And you can let us know what you think is going to be the big surprise of the Oscars. I picked a few, but I think for the most part, I'm picking all the safe ones.
Yeah, definitely. Same.
But either way, guys, for the Mean Enough podcast, I'm Andres.
It's RB3.
I'm Sabrina.
And we're peacing out, guys. Peace out.